The world's changing fast. Jobs that seemed secure yesterday might not exist tomorrow. Which begs the question, how do you future-proof your financial well-being? Robert Kiyosaki might have the exact answer you need. Kiyosaki is the brain behind Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Yeah, that book your successful friend keeps talking about. And he's got his eye on 5 specific passive income assets. Assets that could change your financial game entirely. So, what are these 5 assets? Why are they so special for 2024? And more importantly, how can you get in on the action? That's exactly what we're about to uncover. Welcome to MoneyWise Investor, your trusted source for financial information. All right, let's kick things off with the first asset on Kiyosaki's list for 2024. It's an oldie, but a goodie. Real estate. Now, when you hear real estate, what comes to mind? Big mansions? Fancy apartments? Well, forget all about that for a second. In 2024, the real estate game is changing. With remote work becoming the norm, people are moving out of big cities. They're looking for more space, better quality of life. And that's creating opportunities in places you might not expect. That small town you've never heard of could be the next hotspot for remote workers. And if you get in early, you could be sitting on a gold mine. And the best part is that you don't need millions to get started. There are ways to dip your toes in the real estate waters without breaking the bank. Ever heard of house hacking? It's where you buy a multi-unit property, live in one unit, and rent out the rest. Your tenants essentially pay your mortgage. Pretty smart, right? Now you might be thinking, sounds great, but isn't real estate a lot of work? Well, it can be. But remember, we're talking about passive income here. That's where property management companies come in. For a fee, they handle all the day-to-day stuff. You just sit back and watch the rent checks roll in. Also, real estate comes with some sweet tax benefits. Depreciation, mortgage interest deductions. These can significantly lower your tax bill. Always consult with a tax professional, but the potential savings are huge. Now, is real estate perfect? Of course not. There are risks. Market crashes happen. Bad tenants exist. But here's the thing. With proper research and smart management, these risks can be minimized. Next up on Kiyosaki's list is stocks. But not just any stocks. We're talking about dividend-paying stocks. Now, before your eyes glaze over, let's break this down. What's a dividend? Simply put, it's a portion of a company's profits paid out to shareholders. It's like the company saying, hey, thanks for believing in us. Here's a slice of our success. Now, why are dividend-paying stocks so special? Well, imagine that you buy a stock for $100, and every quarter, the company pays you $1 just for owning that stock. That's $4 a year. Doesn't sound like much, right? But here's where it gets interesting. First off, that $4 is pure profit. You didn't have to do anything to earn it. It just showed up in your account. Nice, right? But it gets better. Many solid companies increase their dividends over time, so that $4 might become $5 next year, then $6 the year after. Your income grows without you lifting a finger. But wait, there's more. Remember, you still own the stock. If the company does well and the stock price goes up, you benefit from that too. It's like getting paid rent on a house that's also increasing in value. Now you might be thinking, sounds great, but which stock should I buy? Good question. In 2024, certain sectors are looking particularly juicy for dividends. Take utilities, for example. People always need electricity and water, right? Many utility companies pay solid dividends and are pretty stable. Or how about consumer staples? These are companies that make things that people buy no matter what. Think toilet paper, soap, food. They often pay good dividends too. But the hot tip for 2024 is to keep an eye on tech companies. Traditionally, tech firms reinvested all their profits, but now, many are mature enough to pay dividends. And with the AI boom, some of these could be big winners. Dividend-paying stocks offer a unique blend of current income and potential growth. A true passive income powerhouse. Number 3 on Kiyosaki's list for 2024 is business ownership. Now, before you start picturing 80-hour work weeks and stressful phone calls, let's clarify. We're talking about owning a business that runs without your constant involvement. Now, you might be wondering, what kind of business are we talking about? Well, there are a few options. Let's break them down. First up, franchises. Ever walked into a McDonald's? That's a franchise. The owner didn't invent the Big Mac, but they're making money from it. Franchises come with a proven business model, established brand, and ongoing support. In 2024, keep an eye out for emerging franchise opportunities, especially in health, tech, and eco-friendly sectors. But franchises aren't the only option. How about online businesses? In 2024, e-commerce is bigger than ever. Imagine owning an online store that sells products 24/7. With the right systems in place, it can run with minimal input from you. Or consider a content website. You create or hire someone to create valuable content, monetize it through ads or affiliate marketing, and watch the passive income roll in. It takes work up front, but once it's rolling, it can be incredibly hands-off. Now, why is business ownership such a good choice for passive income? Simple. Scalability. Unlike a job where you trade time for money, a business can grow without requiring more of your time. You're building an asset that works for you. Plus, there are tax benefits. Business owners can deduct expenses that employees can't. This can significantly lower your tax bill, leaving more money in your pocket. Moving on to number 4 on Kiyosaki's list for 2024. We have intellectual property. Now, this might sound a bit intimidating, but stick with me. It's simpler and potentially more profitable than you might think. So, what exactly is intellectual property? In simple terms, it's creations of the mind, things like books, music, inventions, or designs. And once created, these generate income for years, even decades, with little additional effort. Talk about passive income. Let's break this down with some examples. Ever heard of a little book called Harry Potter? J.K. Rowling wrote it once, but it's been making money for over 20 years. That's the power of intellectual property. But books aren't the only option. In 2024, there are more ways than ever to create and monetize intellectual property. Let's explore a few. Online courses. Got knowledge in a particular area? Package it into an online course. Once created, it can be sold again and again. And with the rise of online learning, this market is booming. Software or apps. Create a useful tool or a fun game, and you could have a steady stream of income from sales or subscriptions. And with AI making coding more accessible, this option is opening up to more people. Patents. Have an innovative idea? Patent it. Companies might pay to use your invention, providing ongoing royalties. Music or art? Create once, sell many times. With digital platforms, your creations can reach a global audience. Now, why is intellectual property such a good choice for passive income? First off, it's scalable. Whether you scale 1 copy or 1,000,000, your effort remains the same. Plus, with digital distribution, your costs stay low. But there's more. Intellectual property is protected by law. This means others can't simply copy your work. Your creation remains yours, continuing to generate income. Intellectual property is about playing the long game. It might not make you rich overnight, but it can provide a steady stream of passive income for years to come. And who knows, your creation might just be the next big thing. The next on Kiyosaki's list for 2024 is peer-to-peer lending. Now, this might sound a bit technical, but don't worry. It's actually a pretty straightforward concept with some exciting potential. So what exactly is peer-to-peer lending? Well, imagine cutting out the middleman, the bank, and lending money directly to other people or businesses. This is peer-to-peer lending in a nutshell. Now you might be wondering, why would anyone choose this over a traditional bank loan? Good question. For borrowers, it can mean lower interest rates and an easier approval process. For lenders, that's you, it can mean higher returns that you'd get from a savings account or many other investments. But here's where it gets really interesting for 2024. Peer-to-peer lending isn't just about personal loans anymore. There are platforms for business loans, real estate loans, and even student loans. This means you can diversify your lending across different types of loans and risk levels. Many platforms offer auto-investing features. This means your returns can be automatically reinvested, potentially compounding your earnings over time. Now, let's talk about the potential returns. While they can vary, many investors report earning 6 to 10% annually. Compare that to the measly interest rates on savings accounts, and you can see why peer-to-peer lending is gaining popularity. To sum it all, building passive income takes time. It takes patience. There will be setbacks and learning experiences along the way. That's okay. That's part of the journey. Your future self will thank you for the steps you take today. So, why wait? The best time to start building your passive income streams was years ago. The second best time? Right now. If you found value in this video, please take a moment to give this video a thumbs up. Also, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss any of our future uploads. Thanks for watching, and until next time, stay money-wise.